Hello guys, in this video we will talk about pass, continue and break. These three are keywords generally used in any kind of loop, okay? And we have already learned about for loop in our previous video, for and for else and multiple, maybe some more loops we will learn. So these are the three keywords mostly used: break, continue and pass. What is the difference between that and how it works and what is the significance? Let's distinguish that. So without wasting time, I'm sharing my screen. Right now you can see Jupyter notebook. I have taken a list here for ease of understanding. That is a L1 and it is nothing but all the elements are like from A to G, single character. So I'll write a for loop first. Since we have learned for loop, I'll take all the example using for loop. So for I in L1, print I. Okay. So it will just print all the elements one by one from list L1. Okay, that is how for loop works. Now what I'll write. So let's say I want to write a for loop I in L1 and I have some complex logic to write within that. Okay, and I haven't yet decided and I need to write many more line of code after the for loop. Okay, so for timing, let's say I want to write something like this and print this and that and something like that below this, right? But whatever I want to write in for loop is not yet decided. So if I try to do that, I just left some blank spaces, and whatever line of code I want to write below for loop, that is decided. So if I try to do that, you can see I'll get error. Why? Because the demand of syntax is I should write something within this for loop. Okay, that is the syntax, the indentation issue. So what we can do? So there is a keyword that is pass. If I do that, I'll just copy this. Instead of keeping it blank, what I'll do, I'll write a pass keyword, all in small caps. Okay. If I do that, it will not throw any error. So what is the use of pass? It is just a placeholder for the fulfillment of syntax, I might say. It will not execute anything, it will just pass it. In games also you might have used this word pass. Okay, so basically passing it, not doing anything. Instead of pass, there is one more keyword. Actually it is not, pass is a keyword. Okay, instead of pass, I can do one more thing, that is for I in L1. See, if I execute this, it is throwing an error. If I write pass, syntax is fulfilled, so it will not throw any error, even though pass won't do anything, but it is a keyword. Instead of pass, I can use none. See, none is not a keyword. None is a data. Like you might be aware of null data type, right? That is represented by none in Python. And look here, first letter of this none is capital. So capital NONE. Pass was all in small case. So if I do this, it will also solve the problem. So pass and none you can use as a placeholder. Pass is specially for typically placeholder. None is a data type, but right now I'm just using that none data type null value as a placeholder here. You can check if I do the type for any data type, you can check the type using type function. So if I pass none, it will give me none type. It is a data type of this none. Okay. Similarly, if I do this type and pass, right, pass, it will throw an error. Why? Because pass is not data type. Okay, pass is not any variable, it is not any integer, it is not any variable, it is a keyword. That's why it is throwing an error. So now you understood that pass and none can be used as a placeholder. It won't do anything, it will fulfill the syntax, and it is a placeholder. Now let's talk about what I'll say, break. So for I in L1, I'll write print I. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll use break statement. So before writing that, I'll tell you what break does. Within its name, you can understand it will break the loop. Okay, if I write break as it is, it will break the loop. What will happen? Whatever is the first element of L1, that will be assigned to this I, that will be printed and it will break it. Okay, just after one execution, it will break the statement. So just execute it. See, only A is printed and it breaked it. Okay, it didn't bother about the second element, third element, fourth element. It just break the loop. Okay. Another example for the break, conditional breaking. I can show you. Condition, what we do, we use for if statement. So we will make use of if statement, and then I'll write a break within that. So if I in L1, I'll write print I, then I'll write condition if I equal to let's say I'll D, then I'll write break. So what will happen? The for loop will execute as it is expected, but as soon as the value D is assigned to variable I, once this condition is fulfilled, D equal to D, then it will execute this break statement, and this break statement will break the loop, break the for loop. Break statement, this pass, break, and continue can be used in any loop. May it be for loop, may it be while loop, may it be any other loop if possible. It will break the current loop. In whatever loop you will write this break statement, it will break that. Similarly, pass and none also, all these keywords pass, none, break, and continue, you can use in any of the loops. It is not restricted up to for loop only. You can use it in any of the loop. So I'm just executing this. You can see it printed A, then B, then C, and then D. Once it printed D, what happened? After that, this condition become true. Earlier it was false. D equal to D, yes, it's true. Then it executed this break statement and it break the loop, right? So this is what break does. Now the next part is continue. Let's talk about continue. What continue does? So for I in L1, so from name itself you got the idea. Continue will continue it. Okay, how? Let's talk more technical in this example. I'll write print I. Okay, and I'll write continue. Okay, all in small cases. That break was also in small case. It is a keyword. What happens? It printed everything as it is, as if there is like no continue at all, right? Even if I remove this continue, the output is exactly same. So what is the use of continue? See, I'll show you what continue does. It will continue the loop without executing whatever written after continue, but within that for loop, within that loop, may it be any loop. So right now there is nothing after continue. That's why I didn't do anything. What I'll show you how. What it will, I'll write for I in L1, print I, then I'll write continue, and then I'll write print high. So technically, if continue is not there, what should happen? It should print A, then high, then B, then high, then C, then high, right? I'll just comment the continue part. Don't get confused commenting and all. So I'll just remove the continue for time being. Right now, what it should do? A high, B high, C high, something like that. And it is doing exactly same. I'm writing continue. So what continue does? Continue will continue the loop without executing whatever written after continue, but within that loop. Okay. So let's see what will happen. It just printed whatever is printed before continue, whatever is executed before continue, that's fine. When it comes to continue, from here only, it will go to the next iteration of for loop. It will just exclude or skip whatever is written after continue. Then what is the use of continue, right? There's no use. Why we will use? So directly using continue will not be helpful, but you can use conditional continuing, right? How? I'll show you. I have list L1. If someone asks me, print all the what I'll say, print all the variables, print all the character from this list, excluding vowels. Okay. Now that's the problem statement. How we can do that? Using continue. For I in L1, okay, print, I'll write if I equal to A, or I'll write if I in A, E, I, O, U, right? So if I just consider all the small cases, I'm not considering any capital case right now. If that is the case, then I'll write just continue. Otherwise, else, print I. Let's see what happens. It threw an error. Why it threw an error? A is not defined, it says. Oh, sorry. In this list, it should be a character. I forgot to give the single quotes. Now let's execute this. See what happened. It executed everything excluding vowels. So A is not printed and E is not printed. Why? What happened within a for loop? The one by one, all these values are assigned to this variable I. It checked whether A is assigned if that A is within this list, yes, then continue. So continue means it will go to this for loop and it will start for next iteration, and it will not go into else. Now you will say, even if I don't write continue here, else should do the work. So I'll write just pass over here and it will give the same output. And you are right, that is the same thing. I'll give you one. So instead of continue, if I write pass over here, just as a placeholder, it will still give me same result. Why? Because if an else statement is used to get rid of all this. So then what is the need of continue? Again, I'll give you another thing. Without using else statement, if I write it something like this, continue, and I am not writing this else part. Within, if only I write continue and one second, I'll just make correction. Okay. Yeah, right. Now, what it does, if the value in I is a vowel, then it will just continue. It will just continue and the iteration will be continued without writing whatever is within the continue statement. So let me check whether it is right or not. It didn't do anything. Why? Because there is nothing to do. I'll just write it something like this. See, I didn't use any else statement. This print will work logically. This print will work for all the iteration of all the iteration of this for loop, right? Because there is no any conditioning for this. This is outside this if, but still it didn't print it. Why? Because when it is A, it continued it from here itself. It didn't bother about whatever is written below the continue. So instead of, I'll execute this. Now, if I replace this continue by pass, you will see the output will be different. Why? It just passed it. Pass is nothing but a placeholder. And whatever is written after that, it will print it. But continue will not execute whatever is written after continue, but within the same loop. Just execute this. See, here it printed everything. So whatever I told you right now, till now, about pass, none, break, and continue, I'll just conclude that. So you can see. See what pass or none does. Actually, this none should be capital N. What it does, it is nothing but it is just a placeholder. They just do nothing and used as a filler to avoid syntax error. Okay. What break does, it will break the loop and execute the line of codes written after the loop, right? It will just break that loop. Whatever you write below the loop, that will be executed sequentially. And what continue does, it will continue the loop without executing the line of codes written after continue statement, but within the loop. Like in this case, this print statement, it is written below continue, but within this for loop. So this continue statement will pass this print statement. Whatever you write below the continue, that will be skipped. Not that will be skipped for sure. The for statement, for loop will be continued from here itself, right? So I hope you got the idea, you understood something, you got some knowledge from this video. If you like the content, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Do all the things you can do to encourage me. And this is Akshay Daga signing off. Thank you very much. Bye bye.